Accepting God, an essential subject from Vinipedia as sentient beings, we have the freedom to choose to accept God as the supreme being, most worthy of our love, worship, and service, or to ignore and deny his existence. Even if we don't accept God, our constitutional position induces us to accept another leader. Instead of following the supreme leader, we create some other leader according to our material conception of life. Vedic religion means to accept the supreme personality of Godhead as the absolute truth, the supreme leader, controller, proprietor, enjoyer, and dearmost friend. Religious systems are meant to show the existence of God, but most generally approach him as the cosmic order supplier. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's transcendental mission, however, not only establishes the existence of God and one's loving relationship with him, but also distributes that loving relationship for all to experience. Anyone who accepts God as supreme, one's position as his servant, and takes to the process of chanting Hare Krishna will become a lover of God. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinicote's Accepting God category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books. He alone who is never afraid but who, on the contrary, gives complete shelter to all fearful persons can actually become a husband and protector. Therefore, my lord, you are the only husband, and no one else can claim this position. If you were not the only husband, you would be afraid of others. Therefore persons learned in all Vedic literature accept only your lordship as everyone's master, and they think no one else a better husband and protector than you. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18. 20. It is not necessary for one to see God before he can accept God. Our sensory perception is always incomplete. Therefore, even if we see God, we may not be able to understand him. When K was on earth, many people saw him but could not understand that he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam 8.5. 25. In the history of Ryan civilization there have been many instances in which famous princesses have selected their husbands in open competitions. For example, it was in such a competition that St. Dev accepted Lord Armakandra as her husband and that Draupadi accepted Arjuna, and there are many other instances. So marriage by agreement or by selecting one's own husband in an open competition is allowed. Srimad Bhagavatam 9.20. 15. Since so-called leaders or dictators are completely under the control of material nature, they can never give complete protection to others, although they claim this ability due to false prestige. Nati vidu sv rthagati hivyam. SB 7.5.31. People do not know that real advancement in life consists of accepting the Supreme Personality of Godhead as one's master. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.8. 20. O Vidura, it is not at all wonderful that you have so accepted the Lord without deviation of thought, for you were born from the semen of Vaisadeva. The value of great parentage and noble birth is evaluated here in connection with the birth of Vidura. The culture of a human being begins when the father invests his semen in the womb of the mother. According to his status of work, a living entity is placed in a particular father's semen, and because Vidura was not an ordinary living entity, he was given the chance to be born from the semen of Vaisa. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.5. 19. The word Ruta Prvya is significant. We get experience by directly seeing or by hearing. If it is not possible to see someone directly, we can hear about him from authentic sources. Sometimes people ask whether we can show them God. This is ludicrous. It is not necessary for one to see God before he can accept God. Our sensory perception is always incomplete. Therefore, even if we see God, we may not be able to understand him. Srimad Bhagavatam 8.5. 25. A Vaishnava is one who has taken the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the ultimate goal of life, but if one is not pure and still has motives, then he is not a Vaishnava of the first order of good character. One may offer his respects to such a Vaishnava because he has accepted the Supreme Lord as the ultimate goal of life, but one should not keep company with a Vaishnava who is in the mode of ignorance. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.29. 8. Those who are in the modes of ignorance and passion are averse to the existence of God, or else they formally accept the existence of God in the capacity of an order supplier. Above them are those who are in the mode of goodness. This second class of men believe the Supreme Brahman to be impersonal. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.5. 14.